Hi James. So there are 7 critical issues with your website that honestly are costing you money. What I'll do in this critique is go through a quick overview of those 7 issues, and then I'll jump into your actual website and show you how you can fix them. So number 1 is that you have a brochure website, not a website that proactively sells. Number 2 is that you don't collect names and emails of the visitors to your site. Number 3 is that you don't have headlines to capture interest of the visitors quickly. Number 4 is that your site focuses on business features instead of customer benefits. And I'll go through, in the critique and explain why these are problems and what, how you're going to sell more on your website if they're fixed and how you can fix them. Number 5 is that you don't have testimonials on your website. Number 6 is that your site doesn't distinguish your business. Number 7 is that your calls to action are weak, which is really the key to this whole critique, right? So let's look at how we can fix some of these issues and understand specifically, what these problems are. So the first thing is that you guys have a brochure website, right? It's a mistake that a lot of people make to basically put an electronic brochure online. That's all well and good for the people that are ready to buy now, but it doesn't do anything for you to capture the majority of people that come to your site and sell to them, because the majority of the people that come to your site and any website are going to buy over the next 18 months, right? And they say basically half people are going to buy, half people are not going to buy, and out of the half that are going to buy, only a really small percentage of them are going to buy now. Most of them are going to buy, like 80% of them, or more than 80% are going to buy over the next 18 months. The actual numbers are, 3% are going to buy now at best, 47% are going to buy over the next 18 months, and 50%, we don't have to worry about. So what we want to do is design the website in a way that it can act as a mini salesperson, collecting information and following up with people. And I'll talk to you about how I like to do that and how it can be done. So the second point after the brochure website versus direct response is that you don't capture names and emails of your visitors, right? So obviously if you don't have their information, you can't follow up with them when they leave the site as they're making their buying decision, right? So the third thing is that we want to write, all the writing on the site should be focused on customer, not on the company features, right? Like a brochure. We know that when we focus copy on the customer, educating them about the benefits they'll receive, a website can sell much better. So the fourth thing is that we need a headline here to capture interest quickly. So what happens is, the marketing data basically says that a website has like 4 seconds and 7 inches. So they say 4 seconds and 7 inches before someone clicks, that is what makes the visitor decide to either stay or click the back button and go to a different search result or a competitor. So the 4 seconds is obvious, but the 7 inches is this hot zone right here. So what I like to do is talk to the owner of the business, sometimes the head sales guy, and record a 30-minute conversation, or it can be 15-20 minutes, and have that and understand what the sales process is and what the values and the benefits that this company brings to their clients are specifically, and how they're conveyed, how they're sold, how that customer is sold. And then I will basically have that recording transcribed and pick out the buzzwords in it and put those, distill those ideas into a headline and put that right up here where the customer is going to look, where the potential customer is going to look as soon as he lands on your website, right? The next thing is, once we engage that visitor, then we want to put social proof or testimonials on the site, right? So the reason why testimonials are important is because right after they're engaged, we want to overcome their objection, right? So let me just get this out. So by overcoming their objection, then they're staying on the site. And the next thing they'll do is read the copy to be sure it's engaging, right? Or to understand the benefits, to be educated about the benefits and lead to their buying decision, right? So the next thing is the design, right? The design and navigation. I mean, it's simple enough, right? The challenge is there's no distinction between you and any of the other companies out there. If anything, it's, dissuades me to do business with you because there isn't that distinction. It doesn't convey confidence in me as a buyer that, like it should and like it can. A redesign is a really easy thing. I mean, that's the least of your concerns, right? But I would recommend to redesign it. Okay, so the biggest problem that you have on the website is that you don't have strong calls to action. So of the 3% of people that come, right, we want to sell as many of them as possible. The way that the site sits right now, you'll sell, really hot leads because they'll pick up the phone and they'll call you, right? Or they'll go to contact us. Basically the same thing, right? What I recommend is calls to action so we could proactively get their information. And the way that we do this is there's 3 different calls to action we use. One is, the first one is request a callback. So there's, Google has this term called BFB, and it's called they use big frickin' buttons, right? And the reason why they do that is because we want to draw attention to things specifically, right? And get that visitor to take that action. And in this case, all 3 calls to action that I recommend that all websites use are designed to get their name and contact information. The first one is request a callback, where the first available sales rep will call them back at their line. The next thing is an online quote, right? So you can actually get their email and their name and email in exchange for pricing, and then email them a price list, right? And then the third thing is 5 critical issues to consider when, when making this buying decision, right? And the benefit there is that even if someone's not ready to buy, they're online because they're educating themselves. And the numbers suggest that most people are just educating themselves. So we want to cater to them with a really big, strong call to action. Get their name and email address, right? And then start, there's a system called an autoresponder that you can set up. And that is 10 to 14 emails that are pre-written that start to be sent to them in certain intervals. So when they click on this, if they want to know the 5 critical issues to, doing business or buying your service, right? Whether it's renting your equipment or whatever they decide to do, they'll download or they'll give you their name and information. We'll send them that email, right? And then tomorrow we'll send them another email saying, by the way, 2 more issues to consider when making this buying decision or this renting decision, right? And then a week later, maybe we'll send them a discount code where they'll get, it's an offer. So over that period of 18 months when they're making their buying decision, we're communicating with them, giving them valuable information to aid them in their buying decision, and also staying at the top of their mind and calling them to action to contact C&J Lift Truck, right? So that's a really big opportunity, and it's an expensive missed opportunity because right now your ad is driving people to your site, right? But they're leaking out because we know going into it that 47% of those people are only doing research. So we want to cater to them and then communicate with them over their buying, the decision over the period of time where they're making their buying. Okay, so the bad news is obvious. It's a big missed opportunity, right? But the good news is that these are easy fixes. I'm happy to sit with you. You can call me now, 310-844-6518. I'm happy to sit with you and help you get clear on what these problems are and what solutions are right for you. For me, my number 1 priority is to add value. If I can add value, I'm succeeding, right? So there's no commitment required. I'm happy to help, and I look forward to the opportunity to meeting you. Wish you all the best, and I hope that this video has been very helpful for you.